these troubled times, our fifth objective, a new world order, can emerge.
Live from a bunker in Greenwood, sitting next to JFK Jr., holding McAfee's kill switch. This is This Week in Conspiracy. My name is Justin.
And I'm Brad.
And like always, on the ones and zeros, there's Ashley. Shitty ass dirtball. Pew. Hey, how was your vacation, Brad? You were gone for 2 weeks.
It was nice. Yeah. But hey, my question is, does McAfee's kill switch look like Bezos' wiener rocket?
Yeah. Johnson.
Oh my gosh, what is that thing across the sky? It looks like a giant
Dick.
Dick,
come here, look.
Yeah.
Hey, Dick,
look out the window.
Yeah. Yeah, it was
Wieners are ready.
Yeah, wieners are ready. It's just like the skip from Austin Powers.
Mm-hmm.
No, you told me about that. I didn't even say it till you showed me today.
Yeah, that was nice.
But let's knock out some of our business here. We're on This Week in Conspiracy is our email at Gmail. This Week in Conspiracy at Gmail. We got our Facebook is This Week in Conspiracy.
Yeah.
Okay, do the Twitter.
_conspiracy.
Is that microphone working? We got a new mic in there.
Yeah.
Woo, 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 choo, choo.
Because Brad broke the other one.
No, I didn't break it.
Then we have Instagram is This Week in Conspiracy on Instagram. And we are on Parler. And that is This Week in Conspiracy on Parler. And the new Getter app, which is Trump's new social media, I guess.
Get her done.
I don't know if he means get her done or just getting things done.
Get it done.
Or get her. Or get her by the...
Grab her by the...
Get her by the...
Carpe vagina.
But that is This Week in Con, because it wouldn't let me put the whole word. Sorry. There's a limit. So.
Yeah. Well, I mean, conspiracy, con, whatever.
Yeah, that was it. But then we also we're on YouTube, and we got 9 episodes up, and the 9th one got flagged and pulled off already.
Which means 1 through 8 will be down soon.
Yeah. That's why I texted you. I was like, this morning I woke up and I was like, I always load them up at night because it takes like 3 hours. And I texted you this morning with the picture, and you were like, bah, ha, ha, ha. I just said, I thought it would take at least a couple months, not the first week.
1 minute.
So we're probably going to try to put it on Rumble next, I guess. So that'll be, I shouldn't have started there first.
Coming. We'll be coming.
I'll get some up this week. But I think that's it. Is there anything else? Oh, we got our contributors of the week. We have Adam L., Brad K., Bruce
Convoy,
Sean W., and then like always recently, Convoy,
eastbound down, loaded up and trucking.
You always combine 2 movies.
I know, I like it. That's what I do.
But I think that's it for our business.
Well, I do want to say you sent me the screenshot of our listeners.
Oh yes, I forgot.
We got to make a shout out to Australia again.
Yeah,
I mean, you're only in a prison state over there, so you may as well do something with your lives. Listen to This Week in Conspiracy.
Yeah.
Germany, but hopefully you weren't in any part that got flooded the other day because your government didn't warn you, even though they knew they were coming. Hong Kong.
Yeah, Hong Kong's new.
And
the Kremlin.
Up in the Kremlin. I know you're listening. Hey, pretty soon we'll get blamed for the hacks.
Yeah.
I mean, the FBI, that's probably just the FBI putting Russia up there to make it look like it was Russia, even though, like, they're just trying to set us up like they did with the Whitmer, Governor Whitmer. And that's all coming out. And it was totally them and not the 3 hillbilly dudes that they arrested for it.
Yeah, well, it comes out that there was 15 people in the thing, and there was 12 of them who were informants for the FBI. That's like the whole plan.
Yeah, they were the ones who put the plan together, like all of the plan, what they were going to do, force those 3 dudes to say, yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, the guy's sitting there eating lunch, and he's like, what are we doing today? They're like, we're gonna go kidnap Whitmer. They're like, well, I don't know if that's a good idea. Then they load up in the car, like, I guess I'll go along.
Just like everything else. just like everything else that they did.
That sounds eerily similar to the first that first guy they arrested for the first World Trade Center bombing.
Yeah.
They sold him the bomb. And you know what I mean? Remember that I'm talking about?
Yeah.
The FBI informers sold him the bomb and then they arrested him.
Well, it's like Timothy McVeigh. They said there's 15 other people who were involved in that, but nobody wants to go look for them.
Yeah, they're probably all informants.
Timothy McVeigh's, the guy who was in the cell next to him was like, he told me this guy, this guy, and this guy were all in on it. And then, it was pretty amazing that they arrest Timothy McVeigh and a week later he's in the electric chair. I mean, we have dudes that murder entire families who've been on death row in Pennsylvania for 50 freaking years, but those dudes don't get put to death.
Well, what about the savages that are being held in solitary for almost overthrowing the government? January 6th?
I know.
Those guys.
They're savages. They literally walked through the gate where the guy was waving them in, but
they're basically LARPing.
Well, if you have the Capitol Lego building and you have it put together, they're probably going to take it.
That dude's from State College.
I know.
That's right down the road from us. But yeah, no, they made a big deal out of that too. We found a Capitol Lego set, and it was they was using it to plan it.
Yeah, right.
And then you come to find out it wasn't even open.
Yeah, and it was just in a bin. They had opened the bin and took pictures of it, and it was right on top. Yeah. I'm sure Kylo Ren in Star Wars was underneath it.
Yeah, the Millennium Falcon.
Yeah, Millennium Falcon. He just hadn't gotten to them yet.
The $500 set of Millennium Falcon.
Mm-hmm. And then right next to it was Hogwarts and the Harry Potter set.
I always wanted to, I'm always thinking, it'd be cool to build Legos with my kids. And I go and look, we'll get some cool, and then I don't want to build any of that shit.
No, not only don't you want to build it, but it's
expensive.
You literally have to mortgage your house to get the flying car from Harry Potter and the Whomping Tree.
Well, we got
it's 60 pieces and it's $43.
We got the Statue of Liberty. I think it was 100 something pieces or whatever. It's only the size of these microphones. It was $150.
I know.
I got it during when we were looking at it before. Actually.
Oh, I was gonna say, don't even say anything. I got the Nintendo one. With Mario that you put it all together and you crank it, Mario moves across TV. Yeah. $320 bucks.
Why'd you buy it?
I bought two.
Did you put them both together?
No, I didn't. They might still be there in the box.
That's how I hang on to them for 10 years.
Well, I was thinking that, but then suddenly they really released a lot more. I was fighting for them, in line to get it on the website, and I got two, and I was all excited.
When we finally,
and then they're all everywhere now.
When we finally get a video up of us, we'll show you the picture of her where she just has her fingertip on it on Black Friday and she thinks it's hers. You know what I mean? The other woman's literally walking out of the store with it, but she has her finger on it. She. Do you ever see that picture?
Yeah.
The dude will have the 70-inch TV, walking away, a lady has her hand on it, she found it first.
Yeah, there's two guys carrying it.
Yeah. She's just the last person to move their hand doesn't get it.
I thought maybe you and Convoy put them together and you both sit on each other side of the room, pretend you're playing video games.
And they run the Mario back and forth. It's the little miner from Let's Make a Deal, or not Make a Deal. What's the daytime? Bob Barker.
Price is Right.
Yeah, the miner that goes up the.
No, that's not a miner. That's a Yoda.
Yeah, it's Yoda. I don't know how to say it, but he's going to hear it. I actually bought two for me, but then I felt bad, so I gave one for his birthday.
Well, that's nice.
You bought two for yourself?
I was going to put one together and save the other, and then I go, oh, hey. And then I gave him one. I was like, you ever going to put this together? He's like, no, I think I should keep it in the box. I'm like, well, now we have two in the box.
You know what you're going to do with those?
I'm sitting in the back room.
15 years down the road, you're going to be like, what can I get so-and-so for Christmas? Ooh, I have that old Lego thing in that tote.
Yeah,
because that's what I did this year.
What am I going to do with this Yoda? Oh, I'll give it the Convoy.
Where she's going to die.
Did he get it? Oh, yeah, he did get it. Yeah. Hey. So, hold on. Does he have it out of the box yet?
No, it's not. It's going to stay in the box.
That's probably going to be worth money. Wow. You know, I bought that when the toy store was going out of business.
Toys R Us or
yeah,
KB?
It was $114. Toys R Us. And it was on clearance. Somebody shoved it behind something and I found it. It was It was like $23, dude.
As I sit here, I feel a pocket protector growing in my pocket.
But what else did I have? I had some really cool stuff from back when KB toys were in.
Was that the stuff you gave me?
So
the slap shot, the Hanson Brothers?
Hanson Brothers.
Yeah.
In the case. No, there's like sports figurines.
Oh, yeah, that's cool.
Like the starting lineup.
You have them?
Yeah. I had the one already. I forget which Hanson I'm
What do you do with them?
But now you gave them to me.
Stick them in your bar.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Up like along the wall. And then
that's what I would do in my bar.
And then
I don't have
brother,
a bar.
I had
you buy two.
Yeah, $300.
$300.
Keep that out. Write that time down.
I don't remember where it was at.
It was 10 seconds ago.
That's too much editing.
So, I also had these Wheatie boxes that were the starting lineup, like football players from back in the 90s. So you opened like the front and had like the figurine in it.
Yeah.
I had like Brett Favre, John Elway. So my brother, he's big into collecting the sports stuff. So I wrapped them up for Christmas.
No, that'd be cool. That's cool stuff to stick up in like a room.
Yeah, like if you have like a sports collection, right? Which I gave up on sports when they started, kneeling on.
Well, it's even worse now. I don't even know if I can watch sports anymore.
No. Well, don't worry. They'll inundate you with 100 times more stuff. And if your player doesn't get jabbed, they're gonna
they forfeit their game.
Forfeit their game.
Yeah. If you got like you just sent that over before we started here, and it said the NFL is basically saying if you have unvaccinated players and it affects your games and you don't have enough players to fill the team, you forfeit the game.
No. I think how it reads is not to fill it, like they're gonna like suspend the game, but by week 18, if they can't fit that game in somewhere, then it's forfeited, right? But like when I sent that to you, I had also sent you the thing from Israel from their minister of health, where it was like a chart from July 4th through July 10th.
Right.
And it was showing confirmed cases of COVID. Now, Israel's like 85% vaccinated.
Yes, it's one of the best.
One of the best.
Yeah.
So, in the age group 20 to 29, so these are all new COVID cases, there were 217 cases that were already vaccinated. There was 61 cases that weren't vaccinated. And then as you go like through the ages, like the age group 30 to 39, there were 248 vaccinated people who got COVID. And then the 84 unvaccinated. 40 to 49, there were 356 people who were vaccinated who ended up with COVID, but only 54 that were unvaccinated. So it was, and they're showing like the percentage of the vaccinated population for that age group, like 50 to 59. There's 89% of that age group is vaccinated.
89%.
89%. 40 to 49 is 85% of the population is vaccinated, and they're still getting COVID.
Well, that makes me being that so high. You could screw the numbers and say that the reason that the more people that are getting COVID that are been vaccinated is because more people are vaccinated. But so that means there's one of two things that mean the shot was fake; it doesn't work at all, so you're just going to get sick anyway.
You're right.
And hopefully that's true because if we're right, we think it's going to make you sick. The COVID shot is going to make you sick.
Which more and more doctors are coming out.
Right.
Like,
so
it's going to kill you, sucker.
So to me, it sounds like the vaccine's a bust. That's what I'm getting from it.
Yeah, but what's funny is it's only happening in Israel.
Yeah.
Well, and England.
And England, bad.
But our numbers, the only people getting COVID here are the unvaccinated. What are they calling it?
It's called let me look it up here. I have it written down. It's the new catchphrase. It's the new catchphrase is the pandemic of the unvaccinated.
Yeah, that's nice.
The pandemic of the unvaccinated.
But I took a picture at the gym this morning of the TV, ABC News, and here was the headline along the ticker at the bottom. Breakthrough infections on the rise. most deaths among the fully vaccinated are age 65 plus.
Right.
But which I like how now all of a sudden they're like, well, it's just that age group.
Well,
and they have underlying conditions.
But before,
Before when you were getting COVID, it's just COVID. COVID.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if
how
you were
old
it didn't matter how old you were, it didn't matter that
you
you were laying on your deathbed with cancer, and they were like, well, I swabbed his nose 4 days afterwards, he had COVID.
Yeah, you could be sitting there with a literal giant bulge on your head because you have a giant tumor and you die from it, and they're swabbing you like, oh, he has COVID.
Well, that guy in Florida wrecked his motorcycle, and he died from COVID. Yeah.
When there's, granted, those ones make it look bad. I think they put them on purpose.
Yeah.
To make us look stupid, like
right.
Because then they can come back and say that was the administrator of that hospital being greedy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But that's like their little psyop they do.
Right.
Throw out these like little low hanging fruit so people grab them to keep on saying them like
like that one, only one thing. But like I've been saying, so how are we not surprised that these numbers are on the rise? You injected the people with a cell changing, what do they call it? They've been calling gene therapy.
Gene therapy. Well,
so what it does is it makes your body produce the spike protein, right?
Right.
So you're literally making your body produce the thing that it's supposed to fight.
Correct.
So, like, I mean, if I plant a garden of corn and corn comes up, I don't go, oh my God, I can't believe I got all this corn. How did I get all this corn?
Yeah.
I mean, I planted corn and it's corn.
By God, there's corn here.
By golly, there's corn coming out.
Well, I was listening to an episode of, I think it was, must have been No Agenda, but they were talking about spike protein could be a prion and make changes, like it's going to change your DNA. This is what the doctor was talking about on that.
Well, yeah, that's what gene therapy.
Right, and it's a gene, so it's changing your DNA, and they said it also can get into your sperm and be passed to the next generation.
Right.
And that's just like that TV show we talked about, I think 2 episodes ago.
Which one was that?
That one with
yeah. It's on Netflix or something.
Yeah, it was Amazon.
Utopia.
Prime. Utopia had
that dude.
Boombox over your head.
Yeah, that dude that was famous like 20 years ago.
Oh man.
And he has
John.
He has the name of another guy.
Joan and John, the brother and sister team.
But
John Cusack.
Yeah, I know.
What's the name?
I saw it. No, I was
but
just thinking how odd he was.
That's what they said. And that's what we talked about a couple episodes ago, where we're like, our sperm and our blood is the new Bitcoin, dude.
Right.
Like, we're going to be rich. Like, I'm going to be standing outside the blood bank, $15,000, dude, a pint. And then I'm going to walk across the road to the sperm bank and be like, $50,000 because I'm super smart.
Oh, yeah.
So, like, I'm charging you more. You want super cool, blonde hair, blue eyed, super smart kids? Bang.
Don't pick this one.
I met you and your kids.
No,
well, my mom's super smart.
Yeah, your kids are smart. You're not.
Yeah. But I have a college degree. And I drink Starbucks.
You drink Starbucks.
And I rail against capitalism while I'm on my Apple computer.
Yeah, isn't that? Well, we're all hypocrites at some point. You can't, like, I rail on everything, and then I still sit and watch football on Sunday.
Yeah, see, I gave it up.
I know. You have to have one or two. I mean,
my escape is just scrolling through the internet, looking at conspiracies.
I know. I do the same thing, but I have to have one or two things. Now they're even stealing. Like, I can't even watch a football game. Like, last year, the football, that was like the only mainstream sport that wasn't like Black Lives Matter or names on the jerseys and stuff.
Right. Hockey.
Like, they had made them wear masks or whatever. Hockey's
but they only made them wear masks when they were off the field.
When they weren't touching each other.
When they weren't touching each other.
But now they said they're going to do like they have to do the 2 national anthems.
Yeah. I was always under the impression when you have a national anthem, it's your national anthem.
Right.
Not like my whole thing, like, I'm part German. Can we play the German national anthem before everything?
They're making it. It's not a black and white thing. This is. They're trying to separate us.
It's division. It's absolutely division.
Because it's like we talked before. This sports is the only thing that they can't bat. Me and you, and we could be sitting in a whole section of just all black guys, and we're all wanting to watch the Steelers win. touchdown. We're all chest bumping.
Right. It doesn't matter. It didn't matter if it was Cordell Stewart 15 years ago.
No.
If he threw a touchdown, we were high-fiving.
Right.
If he threw a pick, we wanted to punch him in the face, and he was the worst guy in the world.
Yeah.
Right.
Then we're all buying beers with each other.
Right.
And laughing, having the greatest time.
Listen, we're down at the beach. We're at the beach. So, at one point, while we're at the beach, like, there's these two groups of, like, teenage girls, right? Like, one group, like, and here's the funny thing. Like, they both had, like, little black kids. Like, they both had black people with the groups.
Yeah.
So one group was harassing this other group the whole entire time, right? So finally, like, they threw a raft and tried to hit these girls. And you could tell, like, these three little white girls, like, weren't saying anything. They were, like, huddled in the corner. And then they had, like, a little black kid with them. And then the other group had, like, 3 black kids and, like, 2 white kids. And they were running their mouths and, like, threw a raft. It would almost hit my wife. So my wife goes over and is like, hey, look, we're all here just trying to get, like, have fun. We're laying in the pool.
Yeah.
Chill out. Right? Running their mouth.
Unintelligent screaming.
I saw hands waving and, like, pointing and, like, so whatever. We're sitting in our chair. Here comes this woman up to my wife. I've been looking for you. Your kids. And I was like, for the first time, I was like, wasn't my kid, sucker? Like, we were just sticking up for the group of kids getting harassed, you know? So, like, she's screaming at my wife, calls her the B word. Then I got a throw down. Like, now I'm like, boop, 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 right? And, like, so, I'm flipping out. Well, you know what she says to my wife? We've been racially profiled the entire time down here. And I'm thinking to myself, I don't know who's racially profiling you guys. Because last night we were in the indoor pool and all of our kids were in there playing volleyball. Someone brought a beach ball. There were 15 kids in the pool, all different races and colors, banging the beach ball around.
Yeah.
Nobody was like, I'm not playing with them.
No kids care.
No, nobody cares. I didn't yank my kids out of the pool and go, you can't play with them.
No.
We don't care.
No one cares.
If they would have sat down next to me and I would have poured them a whiskey and we would have sat and had fun.
Yeah.
But like that's going to be their thing. Well, Mickey O'Shea's is kicking in. But like, that's going to be their thing now. Everything so when something goes wrong for them, I was racially profiled. Nobody's racially profiled you.
Well, they're just trying. That's what they push that out in the media, so they
think the minute something goes wrong,
it's not a black and white thing. It's just I'm an asshole. So now I have an excuse to be an asshole.
If that other group of kids was all white and they were being goofs and throwing rafts, we would have said something to them. Yeah. It didn't matter that there were half black and half white kids in that group.
No, because they're ruining your time. Regardless.
Yes! I just wanted to freaking lay by the pool, dude.
Yeah.
And drink whiskey and freaking chill out.
Right. What kind of whiskey? It wasn't whiskey, was it?
Well, listen. I had to hide Mickey O'Shea's because you couldn't find it down there no matter where I went. So I only had one bottle. So
if that lady would have sat down next to you, you wouldn't have cracked.
No, she would have got whiskey.
She wasn't going to get any Mickey O'Shea.
She would have got.
You wouldn't want to waste a good Mickey O'Shea's.
You know what? Listen, if she sat down next to me and we started chit-chatting, she may have gotten a Mickey O'Shea's. Mm. What's Mickey O'Shea's all about? Friendship.
Friendship and togetherness.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what.
Bringing the potato and the alcohol together. Baby.
Together, yeah. There's more you can do with a potato than just boil it, right, Ashley?
Right.
Yeah.
Mickey O'Shea's, the official vodka of This Week in Conspiracy.
And if you can't find it, if you don't see it,
speak up
for it.
Speak up. I remember 10 years ago hearing people do that for the other vodka with the brown label.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
the stuff that's like 3 times as much money.
Yeah, but
and not half as smooth.
Mickey O'Shea's top shelf flavor, bottom shelf price.
Nice, yes it is.
So go out, ask your retailer or wherever you get your liquor to get Mickey O'Shea's Irish vodka, the greatest vodka, and it's the our favorite vodka, but it's also the official vodka This Week in Conspiracy.
That's what I was drinking every 4th of July.
But anyway, back to my story. Well, back to just everything. They have to divide our country. They have to. And, they use everything. They'll use color. They'll use vaccinated and unvaccinated.
That's the new...
They'll use, you have a job and I don't. Like, they use everything.
Right. Well, that's what they're pushing now. The unvax is that's who they're coming after with the new catchphrase. And, and keep an eye out for get safe, be safe, and feel safe because you're vaccinated. Get safe, be safe, feel safe. I heard that 3 or 4 times this week.
Well, I saw a veteran online who was like, did any of you guys get the letter from the VA that was like, it's time to step up and serve your country once again. Get vaccinated. Yeah. Like, I mean, hey, COVID-19 is so bad in our area that, like, it feels like I walk out into a hail of bullets every day. Like, it's time for me to, like, so it's the propaganda is way, way, way in full effect. And it's funny because the whole propaganda thing, like, when we first started doing the show, I literally saved a website from clear back in, like, 2014. Son of a gun. Look at that. Page is unavailable. And it was all about how the government in, like, 2013, 2014 took the laws banning propaganda and erased them.
No, Obama did that.
Yeah.
That was a big Obama thing.
Now, of course, it's Stars and Stripes. It's not.
Now you can do any kind of propaganda you want.
But it's all about division. It's all about,
Well, just Punch Face was on CNN. I think it was CNN the other day. Or it might have been that clip we played a couple weeks ago.
I think it was the same clip. Or she just keeps repeating
and she just repeats it herself. But now they're just basically, that's what they're doing. Like we said, they're just coming out, make life hard for non-vax.
Yeah.
We want to make life harder.
And what did I say? I said, they come to start making my life hard.
Yeah,
I'm going to start going at 2 a.m. with a bullhorn, like Alex Jones, and I'm just going to start screaming outside their door. The cops are going to come. I'm going to leave. Maybe the next night at 2 a.m. I'm going to do it, or maybe a couple nights down the road. I'm going to make it hard for them to live life. Maybe I'll follow them to work and scream out of a bullhorn. But that's what we have to start doing.
No, I put a tweet up, or not a tweet, Instagram there. We all have to stick together and stand up.
Yeah.
This is a line in the sand issue.
Yes.
This is not one we can compromise on. Like we've done it for years, compromising.
We always compromise. And that's just like, last night when we were at dinner, I think your mom thought I was a wacko.
Well, yeah.
Because my wife is like, I'm just not answering the door when they come knocking to talk about the vax. And I'm like, I am. I'm straight up telling them, you're already on a list.
Yeah,
you're on a list.
Yeah, they have a list.
They know. That's how they know to come knock on your door.
Right.
So they have a list already. Whatever you do, it doesn't matter at that point because you're on the list. And it's funny because, like, 4 years ago now, Alex Jones would be like, there's a red list and a green list and a yellow list, and they're going to come kill you. And you're like, oh, this dude's a whack job. There's freaking lists, dude.
Yeah, no, it's definitely a list. They're going to play it off like we're going to every door.
But they're not.
They're not
going. They know.
No way they can
it's all tracked. Every single vaccine has a tracking number on the shot. You get a card. They have that. They have it. They know which batch it came from. That's how they'll know, like, when dudes start dying, they'll be like, yeah, we recently revoked the Johnson & Johnson batch 421. And you're going to look at your card and be like, oh, poop stain. Like, I got that vax.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, if you have a recall on your car, they send you stuff in the mail. They know where.
Even if you buy a used one.
Or sunscreen lotion.
Or sunscreen. Johnson & Johnson, baby.
Hey, they don't disappoint.
No. Hey, it was, speaking of them, so obviously they put, like my favorite things are, I love to come back to these. Asbestos in your baby powder, marketed it to our women and our kids. They literally call it baby powder.
So was that and talcum powder, wasn't it? Either one.
Yeah, baby powder. That's what it was.
Thing.
Yeah, and they were putting asbestos in it. Now sunscreen, the Neutrogena, that's marketed to kids. Sensitive skin.
Sensitive skin. Yeah.
White people.
Yeah.
Redheaded white people like me. Like I bathe in that stuff.
Ashley.
And like.
She uses 50 SPF for that. She probably has
110 plus baby. Thank you.
My daughter's watching TV the other day. I hear her come running up the stairs like a stampede. Dad, Johnson & Johnson's hernia mesh just got recalled. Have you seen those commercials?
A what?
It was a hernia mesh.
Oh.
Like they would use
yeah,
on hernia. This is years ago, but I think the commercial's still running because there's like a class action lawsuit.
Mm-hmm.
But like, so I'm supposed to believe these people. Like they have my best interest.
Right. Yeah, and well, then all the adverse reactions they're having to just the vaccine they have.
Right. That was the one that the government stopped in April.
Right.
They paused it.
They paused that one, and now they're having more problems with Guillain-Barré. How do you say it?
Yeah, Guillain-Barré.
Guillain-Barré syndrome.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a mental problem that can last for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
This isn't like...
No, you like paralysis and stuff.
Well, it's not even like Bell's palsy, which is bad enough. Because that can last forever, too. But a lot of people overcome Bell's palsy and just have like a small tick in their lip or something. But I can't even say Berets or whatever. That is like a major mental problem.
Newsflash. Contributor just reached out.
Was it Convoy?
Yes.
Convoy. Hey, this is Rubber Ducky coming in there. Hey, he's blowing us up. Hey,
he is blowing us up.
Ashley, can you find my
breaking news?
Instagram
It looks like good news is now the vaccine is effective against the super contagious, super deadly Delta variant.
It works.
It works.
All right. Hey, high five.
Except in Israel, where their health guy come out last week and was like, it is significantly less effective on the Delta variant.
Well, here's the thing. Like, I feel as though, like, this is my fault as well. We fell for the lifting max mandates and all that stuff.
Right.
I think the whole point with all this, like, letting us loose was so they can blame
the unvaxxed
for what they're doing.
Right.
Like
they want to blame the healthy, non-sick person that for causing the COVID to change and jump over the vaccine into the vaxxed people.
Right. So, yeah, they're one.
What was that tweet from Conor McGregor?
Well, he said, at the beginning, I thought I was scared and I was worried for my family.
Because he was watching the people falling over in the street like me.
Right. And he said, I feel, though, as now I've been lied to, and this has been a sham, basically.
Yeah.
So, like, he came out and said that.
Right.
But I had him buried, man, after he came out and was like, stay in your house. I was like, he's dead to me. I was like, this coward, he gets punched in the face for a job.
Listen, dude, I'm telling you. I was emailing you in December.
I know, but
they literally showed videos over in China.
I know.
A dude's getting welded into their houses.
I know, but what I've always, like, remember I told you, like, 2 weeks into this. Like,
you were right.
I'm not even saying it to be right. I'm just saying you would feel it. We're all connected.
Right, and
I mean, like,
you're right.
It's a spiritual.
It took me about a month to, like, feel like this isn't as bad.
I've learned this. I felt this, I become more spiritual as I got older. Mm-hmm. But you feel like the elections, you know who's going to win before it happens.
Right.
Like, you know who's going to, like, you feel it.
You told me, like a week before, you're like, I have a good feeling about this. About Trump.
Oh, I knew he was going to
You're like, I have a bad feeling. I'm like, no way, man. Like, dude, I haven't seen a single Biden sign.
Either have I. But I was out counting them because I was so worried.
Because
you can just feel the way things go. Because we're all connected.
We're at the beach. And those beach stores last year, Trump.
Yeah, all kinds of weird Trump shirts, yeah.
I go in there this year, still have MAGA hats. I didn't see a single Biden thing, dude. Not one.
No.
Not one Biden thing. I didn't see a single Biden flag. I didn't see a single Biden sticker on a car. I literally drove 600 miles down the East Coast and didn't see a single Biden sticker. The one time I thought I saw a Biden, I thought I saw a Biden sticker on the back of a car. It was like Biden, and like I whipped up to it to see what it was, and it was like, "Don't blame me, I didn't vote for this asshole."
No, well, I don't know why I felt he was going to lose because I feel the people voted for him.
Oh yeah,
I just felt that the screw was in.
Mm-hmm.
We went to that rally. It was unbelievable how many people were there. We went to a town that literally
3,000 people,
If
and there was
there's-
14,000 there.
Well, the news.
The news said 9.
Did they say 9?
They said 9.
Because I remember the next day they're like maybe 3 or 4.
Yeah.
I was like, there was like 6 standing next to me.
Then I
Oh,
saw
well, they were down in
9.
Harrisburg, and Bruce was there, and he was like, you couldn't. It was in the parking lot, one of the parking lot stuff. It's like it was wall to wall people.
Yeah, that's how.
You know, I went to the first one when he came here, the 2015,
Okay.
and it was like a bunch of people.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to say this. I don't care what you think of Trump, if he was a good president or not a good president. I had just as much. I've been to metal concerts. I've been to cool country concerts. I've been to a lot of cool things.
How's it go? Dude, I went to Garth Brooks in 1997 twice.
Twice, yeah.
And it wasn't as cool as that.
I've been to see Slipknot at Ozfest, and I was in the mosh pit. I had just as much fun at this
Trump rally.
rally. I'm high-fiving this old lady beside me.
And we're listening to the Gloria, Gloria.
Did you have a number? Gloria. And there's who flies in an Air Force, the helicopter, Air Force, whatever they call the helicopter. That was pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
I tell you what, no matter what happens, from now on, whoever's president, running for president, is flying Air Force One, America's penis, right into the where they're talking and getting out and doing speeches.
Oh, as a Republican? Yeah, I mean, Biden would just hold like car rallies where like 4 people be sitting in their car. I don't want to breathe in the air because of COVID.
Well, then,
because it'll be like COVID Zulu by then.
Well, the presidential that night of the election, they had the parking lot, and he came out and talked in front of all the people that were his quote unquote supporters. They're all driving brand new 2019 Jeeps.
It was in a Jeep dealership.
I know.
Yeah.
And then no one's wearing masks. And no one even cares. Like they're always like sitting in their car and they're like
And he was probably like, "Whoa, what's going on?" My 10-year-old strings sentences better together better.
Wow.
It just bothers me.
You really channeled Biden in that one, didn't you?
I was channeling Biden.
I know we're coming off as like Trump lovers. I like the guy. But
like here's the thing, dude. Like I argued with my neighbor just recently, and I think I told this story, a couple weeks ago. But like my neighbor's like, Trump 2024, man, he's gonna come back. We're gonna get him. And I'm like, dude, that was God's reprieve, dude.
Yeah.
Like that 4 years was God's reprieve. And what did we do?
Squandered it.
We turned to a human being.
Yeah.
Now, if we would have like hit our knees and prayed and like really got into it and like had a revival in our country, we may have 4 more years of him.
Yeah, we might do something else though. This might be the darkness we need to pull us back out.
Yeah, it ain't dark enough yet.
No, it was gone.
I am eligible. I'm old enough to run now for president.
But
that's all I'm gonna say.
I'd vote for Ashley.
I'm running for governor.
Hey, I wrote myself in as governor before. Why not?
I wrote myself in for everything this past
year.
You
can say whatever
you
you want.
vote for Trump. You
back in May.
Wrote herself in.
I didn't run it.
That's why Trump lost in Pennsylvania. That's my one vote.
It was my one vote.
Ashley wrote herself in.
No, it was back in May when I was in here. I wrote myself in for everything.
But
a judge.
You can say what you want about Trump, but it just annoys me when someone says, "I'm finally glad that we have a well-spoken president." And like you sit there with a straight face, and these people are saying on TV.
I know.
Like I finally, charismatic, well-spoken.
Yeah. As he stares off, like.
He's like me.
It's insane that it's so like, who could rationalize that? I don't.
I'm still staring off.
Yeah, he's still staring.
Anyway, we got off COVID, dude.
Sorta.
I did bring up the Zulu variant.
Well,
we're on Lambda now, but by the next presidential election, we're on Zulu, baby.
Oh yeah, something.
Oh, it'll be.
I mean, I love how we no longer name diseases after where they started.
Right.
That's how much power China has over America.
Oh, they control everything.
They control it all, dude.
You got Ireland. You talked about Australia, those poor bastards being basically in a prison.
Yeah, it's right back at
prison colony.
Full circle, dude.
Yeah, full circle.
Full
prison
circle.
Colony.
We apologize to our Australian listener.
Oh,
but like hammer it out, keep fighting now.
Yeah, and then you got Ireland basically going to a vax pass. It's not a vax passport, but you're going to have
But you have to show your ID.
You're going to have to show a proof of vaccination or I think it was of this week. It had to be a false or a positive or negative. I'm sorry, a negative test to go anywhere, any business or anything.
Mm-hmm.
So that's like medical apartheid.
Yeah.
So that's discrimination.
Well, how dare you question anything?
Well, I mean,
it's gonna end up. Well, I'm not even gonna get into it. What's gonna happen here? I think the whole going door to door thing is to provoke people.
Yes,
because they're gonna get down to like West Virginia and some hillbillies gonna be like, "I've been cooking my own whiskey. Now I'm gonna shoot you." Bam, bam, and they're gonna be like, "Look at these wackos! They're insurrectionists! Insurrection!
Insurrection!" Well,
I heard Pelosi's aides got COVID. Did you see that the other day?
No. Well,
From the Democrats from Texas.
All that little cool party they had in the airplane.
Yeah.
All the vaccinated people. Peace out.
And the one lady I saw was like, she's like total mask Nazi. She's like, you gotta have a mask. Everybody should have a mask.
She's a Karen. The Karen. Well, that's what. Yeah. Well, that's what they want when they go door to door. They want one of these Karens to get in some dude's
They
face.
want me to go off the deep end.
That's it. They're going to get some lady or some guy to get in your face and tell you, you should get and tell you how to live your life. And then,
Right.
And then someone that's not as smart as you.
I think I'm going to put a sign up like that says, no soliciting. And if you ring my doorbell, that is agreed contract that you will pay me $1 million per minute, spoken to me, whoever you represent. So once they hit my doorbell, we'll have to ask the beat contributor if that's like binding. Like if I put that right by my doorbell, it says,
No.
If you ring my doorbell to solicit me with anything, it is the property owner's right to charge you $1 million per 60 seconds that you speak.
We should make it less.
Here's the thing.
No! And then we charge the government.
Yeah,
So they're talking for the government.
Well, I guess you try to get high.
The government just makes up their own.
Well, yeah, but
we're going to tax you this. Oh, hey, well, did you pee in a toilet? We're going to tax you for it.
Well, I mean, England has the TV tax.
You know what we're getting here?
What?
Per mileage tax.
Oh, dude, listen. I'm now.
America.
No, that's Pennsylvania.
America.
That's
yeah. Coming to say, oh, no, we can't, because if we drive more than a mile, we get taxed on it.
8.1%.
Well, we're the second.
8 cents a mile.
We're the second highest gas tax in the country, and like the fourth highest tax or gas extractor. So, like in Texas, they pay like 80 cents a gallon.
Right.
We pay $3.80,
and we bring it out.
And we bring like the fourth most out of the ground in the state.
50 cents of every gallon is your state taking their cut.
Yeah, we understand.
Our state. We're right behind you, Texas. Thanks for sending us your smoky love making over here.
Oh, the smoky cloud.
From the West Coast, yeah.
The haze.
The smoky haze. Could you mix up some of that free weed in it and blow it our way?
Well, then we got California. Since you're talking about the West Coast, California's back, full mask, indoors.
Yeah,
Coming to you this winter.
Well, didn't Tupac rap about that? California knows how to mask up. California knows how to mask up. Whether we're surfing or in the city.
I don't know where you're
Wearing your mask, it sure looks pretty. I'm just making stuff up.
Yeah, no, that's.
What do they call that when rappers do like make
freestyle?
Yeah, freestyle, baby.
I wouldn't call that freestyle.
That was more like a Weird Al.
That was whack, yo.
Wackety, yo.
But yeah, no, that is our litmus test right there. Is what's going to happen to us.
Yeah, like when I look at the world, here's what I look at: Europe. Because they're like a year to 18 months in front of us.
Right.
And then California, New York.
And then us.
Us.
Yeah.
Yeah, the rest of the world.
But that always surprised me at the beginning of this, how long New York stuck it out.
I mean, they were probably taking the advice of Nancy Pelosi walking through Little China out in California. Where they're like, come spend your money. Everything's safe. There's no China virus. And now she's like, "You'll wear your mask," pulling it up over her face. I want to. I don't even want to punch face.
I like her. She's a nice person. She served our
She's a
country
lizard
for-
lady.
You know how, like, you know what I found amazing?
Yeah,
I was
lizards.
just telling Heather this the other day. If our House and Senate is a direct representation of the United States, right?
Yeah.
There's what, 600 and I don't know, how many representatives? The House has like 4 or something.
Yeah.
And then there's 100 in the Senate.
Right.
You'd think one of them would be dead by now. 1%. Like, right? One of those should have died
Well,
from
we had a
COVID.
representative in Pennsylvania.
No. Federally.
Federal.
There should be one COVID death, at least.
Yeah, there hasn't been a big, I don't think. Federal.
And then looking at their
underlings,
age bracket.
And their underlings. Like, you think, you hear it all the time, like, so-and-so's press secretary died.
Well, like Pelosi's in her 70s.
Yes.
She's at the highest risk out there.
Right.
It just doesn't make any sense to me.
Well, there's,
Unless it's
no, I don't know if it's fake. Can't say that. I can't put it on YouTube. Say it's fake.
allegedly.
Allegedly.
I interrupted you.
No, that's all right.
Mickey O'Shea's.
Mickey O'Shea's, Brad's going off. You got the monkeypox.
Oh, yeah. They're
Monkeypox.
Wait. How are they monitoring 200 people if there's no lists?
Oh, yeah.
Interesting. They probably went back and said that all these people flew and had contact with these people.
They had it down to like where he sat.
Yeah.
Like in the airport. With the monkeypox. What is monkeypox?
It's like a strain of like smallpox almost, but I don't think it's as deadly. You get these big like boils all over you, but I think they don't know where it comes from. You know, we knew this one came from a bat in a Wuhan wet market, but they don't know exactly. They just think it comes from a rodent in Africa.
A rodent.
A rodent.
No. Why monkey then? Why do they
Yeah,
call it
what's
monkey?
with the
I don't know,
monkey?
probably because they hate monkeys.
Or is it
Or the-
bubble up like a monkey head or something?
Or are
I
they
don't know.
because it's in Africa and they're racist?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
You're probably right. You should probably write the WHO and ask them why it's called monkeypox.
Hold
This
on.
week in conspiracy
Did
wants
you
to know.
did you see that the Republicans had a hearing to stop genetic information from being sent to China for any purpose? Did you see that hearing?
No.
They had a big hearing.
Is that the one Rand Paul went off on Fauci?
He may have. I think no. It was last week. It was last week. But there was a guy talking about how.
I was sitting on the beach, dude.
No, I know. But they're basically talking about how you go like, say you do like, you swab your nose for one of those stupid
Yeah.
DNA
They can't
tests.
send your.
They're sending that to China right now,
I know.
and people they're using that, and they run genetic tests on it.
Yeah, that's why. Like people in Wuhan are like packing concerts and stuff right now, and we're just getting back to normal. Because I think this is almost like a race specific. That hit European.
Well, that was what they were talking about
Europeans.
early on when they were saying how it hit Italy so much harder.
Mhm.
That it was like specifically picked for that type of.
Yeah, white people.
Well, yeah, but that it's a certain gender, like or
Sorry,
not gender,
sorry.
but genetics.
Right, we all have different makeup.
I
know everybody wants to think we all bleed red. Love is love, but we're all slightly different.
I had COVID.
No, you didn't.
I'm probably not gonna alive.
Yeah, wow. Ladies and gentlemen, the ghost of This Week in Conspiracy. Justin.
Ooh.
Ooh. There's a white sheep flying around.
You better get your vaccination.
Don't be like me.
Don't be a fool like me and risk it. I don't know if I'm doing a ghost or a Dracula. Give me your blood.
Don't invite me in.
May I come in and see? Take me to your bleeder. That's
Get the
stupid.
vaccine so you don't invite me in.
Yeah.
All right.
So
you had COVID.
well, I'm just saying I had COVID
Allegedly.
and I didn't die. It wasn't even that bad. So I mean, genetically, I think it's different than I have no Italian basically in my system. We're like probably Swedish or Irish or I'm George. it's a Swedish name. My last name's a Swedish. I have a thing that says whatever Swedish, and then we're probably Irish.
Jorge. Well, my last name's Jorge, so do I have it? Whoa, that means that the Spaniards come over. So is it killing the people in Spain?
I don't know.
Right.
I'm not really
It's killing everybody. What are you talking about?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Everybody's
dying.
You're right. It's globally. I mean, it's killing presidents in 3 countries that chose not to take the vaccine.
Well, that
With bullets in their
that
head.
wasn't COVID.
Is it COVID shoot them in the head?
Listen, if a dude in Florida can die on a motorcycle and be COVID, these guys who refuse the COVID can be.
Well, here's what
we
they
can
heard.
trace that back.
Here's what they heard.
We're here to kill yourself.
You've got COVID.
Is John McAfee in here?
Well, that was the Haiti. The Haiti president was assassinated. One of the reasons people were saying is because he was a non-vax. He was like he wasn't pushing the COVID restrictions, the COVID push, and there was another.
There was Haiti, I think Madagascar. And there was one other one who've all the other 2 presidents died mysteriously this year.
Well, there was another,
and those are the 3 countries, the only 3 countries in the world that were like, we ain't taking your vaccines.
There was another,
but I'm sure that's just coincidence.
Well, Madagascar though in the beginning shut down. Like,
well, yeah, they may have shut down, but they weren't taking the vaccine.
Well, I'm just saying.
Well, I saw a clip of one of the Haiti people they arrested, the assassination people.
Was he from Florida?
Yes, and he was a DEA informant. So he was working for the DEA. So man. Did we whack him? Did we kill him?
Yes, Bill Gates. Allegedly.
And there was another. I heard another thing about it. I can't find it in my notes, but he refused the Belt and Road.
Ooh, yeah.
Where the hell did I put that? It doesn't matter.
But I did see one of the first rules that they passed after his assassination. You had to start wearing a mask for COVID.
You have to start wearing a mask.
Yeah, they had to start wearing masking.
Yeah, that was the new whatever the prime minister. Or
dude got killed. Dude swears in. Probably while he's like he puts his hand on I don't know what Haiti. They're probably using like the voodoo people have a Bible. Just kidding, Haitians. But they probably like put their hand on the Clinton Foundation Bible.
Yeah, that's the real Bible.
My first, we're not going to pass a national holiday for our assassinated president. We're not going to have a day of mourning. You will wear masks. I wish I speak Haitian, then I'd tell you.
I would do like a horrible accent, but I don't.
I mean, the closest I could get is probably Jamaican. Like
Jamaican, man.
Put your mask on, man.
Put your.
All right, what we got next?
Okay. I don't know.
All right. Well, we'll go to I
think we pretty much jumped all around.
Did you want
I did want to hit one thing of COVID. Yesterday, the House Democrats
I got a couple more.
blocked the COVID origins declassification bill. So the Senate passed it unanimously that they were supposed to declassify all information of the origins of the COVID. Well, it got to the House, and the Democrats, because they control the House, blocked it. So the Senate passed it, which means, Elizabeth Warren worked with Mitch McConnell and said, you know what, we should all vote to have that information released. But what I think is funny is the House has the intelligence. So the House has an intelligence board, like an intelligence board, and they get it blocked. And remember, Trump said, I saw enough evidence to convince me that this escaped from a lab.
Right.
When he was president.
Right. No, everything he said basically came out true.
I know.
Here, I got a couple more things I found here in my notes. Okay. It started out with don't mix J&J or the other vaccines.
Right, mixing any of them.
Don't mix any of the vaccines.
Right.
But now it's go ahead and get a J&J and a Moderna or a
Pfizer.
Whatever, Pfizer or whatever.
Should we say JJCs? Let's call them JJCs.
JJC.
Johnson Johnson Cancer. Since all their products cause cancer, we may as well just call it a JJC.
Well, and also the Red Cross said anyone that has received their COVID vax cannot donate convalescent plasma to help other COVID-19 patients in hospitals because the plasma is made up of antibodies for people who have recovered from virus, but the vax wipes out those antibodies, makes that plasma ineffective.
So
you can't donate.
If you had it and had antibodies,
you're fine.
And then you get a vaccine, it kills the antibodies that your body produces naturally.
That's what it's saying right here. That's what the Red Cross said.
Ooh. That'll get pulled tomorrow. Now that we brought that out, that's big, dude. I didn't hear that one.
Yes, that is a direct quote from the Red Cross. I wrote it down verbatim because I made sure I paused it and wrote it down verbatim. But
hey, did you stay at Holiday Inn last night?
Yes,
because I can tell you used verbatim.
Big boy
big word.
So then the COVID vax shouldn't work. The COVID vax shouldn't work now. Mickey O'Shea.
Well, yeah, well, it does work. It does exactly what it's designed to do. Kill COVID, which your antibodies are I don't know for sure because I'm not a doctor, but I'd have to think like an antibody is like a mimicker of what that disease is, right?
Right.
It's almost like your body taking a snapshot of that disease so that when it comes in again, it fights it and it knows what it is.
Right.
So if you inject a gene therapy to mimic something, your body's gonna be like, oh shit, that's not what my body had. That's alien.
Right.
So I better go fight that thing and erase this thing.
Yes. No, that's what I was thinking. That doesn't sound. Everything we've been told, to me, seems like a lot.
Yeah, because didn't Fauci come out and say, even if you have antibodies and you get the vaccine, it makes it better.
Right. That's what. Yes.
It fights it better.
Yes. That's what. Yeah.
So
his real
So the Red Cross is
it's better.
Bitter batter butter rolls.
But I think that's pretty much it for my COVID. I wanted to mention.
Well, let me see. Let me make sure that
that Jim Justice, he came out and said that if you didn't get vaccinated, you're basically putting yourself into a death drawing. But they are. I think they're flailing so hard.
I do too. It's almost like they need to come out with like a real killer.
Yeah, it's the
like they're going to release anthrax or something on us.
Well, I think it's the final push, man. Biden came out the other day and said, "You can infect your pets with the variants." That's how.
Is that how he killed his dog? Didn't his dog just die?
Yes, he did.
The dog was old.
No, it got COVID.
He got COVID
because the animal hospital got $8,000 for treatment.
$8,000?
No, just kidding.
But that because of COVID, yeah. No, but that's how
that's biting everybody.
Well,
yeah, that was his older one. The older one died. The new one's the biter.
That's definitely they're coming up. They're flailing, I think, to get everybody they can vaccinated before the final push.
Yeah, before the kill switch.
Kill switch engaged.
Kill switch.
But
one of it's shaped like the 3-finger thing from.
These people need out. He sticks his hand in it. His eyes were bulged. I never knew when you couldn't get oxygen and your eyes bulge out of your head in that movie. Mm-hmm. But here's the big news because we haven't been doing it for 2 weeks. Rummy died.
Who's Rummy?
Rumsfeld, man.
One
of the biggest war criminals ever in the history of planet Earth.
Rummy died.
Yeah, it was a good day when Rummy died. One of the funniest things I've ever heard in my life. Okay, Rumsfeld was on Opie and Anthony. I used to listen to Opie and Anthony.
Yeah.
Okay, he was on Opie and Anthony, and they were talking. He's like, oh, I was just out to dinner the other night with my family, and this guy came over, and he was like, I was going to pay. He wanted to pay for his dinner because, he's like, oh, you serve our country, I want to pay for your dinner. And he's like, oh, no, I can't. And then Louis C.K. was on with him, Opie and Anthony. He's like, was it because that he wanted to pay for you because you're a lizard person?
What Rumsfeld said.
No, he was like, he's like, oh, yeah. And then, like 5 minutes later, he kept on talking about something else, and Louis C.K. was like, is it possible that, because all these people in this country, there's all these people on the internet that are saying that you're a lizard person, right? He just kept on bringing it up. And then Rumsfeld wouldn't deny it. So he was like, towards the end, he's like, listen, just say you're not a lizard person. It was so funny. I
wonder why these, old school politicians, go on these shows.
I don't know why.
They know
why would he go with O&A?
Right.
But, I don't even think it was planned. I just think it was it was like a free-flow show.
Yeah,
and then Louis C.K. thought it'd be funny just to be like, "Hey, people are saying."
But I mean, when Pat was alive, if me and you said a joke, Pat probably wouldn't get it because he was just a different time than us, different generation. So why would you go on two dudes that are known for tearing dudes up?
That was what they're famous for.
Right,
literally having
it'd
people
be on Howard Stern, and then some chick coming in and rubbing her boobs in your face, and then being like, I can't believe that just happened.
One of the funniest, that show was so funny when it was in its prime.
Stern.
No.
Opie and Anthony.
They had a guy on there that built this toothpick model out of buildings. It was 2 stories high.
They broke it, didn't they?
Oh, dude, they smashed that son of a thing. And Opie's like, let me see it. And everybody in the room's like, don't give it to him. Don't give it to him. Because he was going to do it. It was just to make everybody uncomfortable.
Right.
So they handed it. He's like, oh, cool, look how you did. He's like, this is real intricate. He's like, BAM! Smashed it around.
Never get away with that today because you hurt someone's feelings.
They had a guy on there one time. He was doing whistling. They called him Joe the Whistler. And he was a world record holder whistler for whistling songs. He's done all these whistles and stuff. And then he leaves. I could be wrong who the guy was, but he leaves the studio. I went to their studio one time in New York. It's a 3-story thing.
Right.
It's just a regular building. And you walk out the door, you can look up and see the windows. Dude, they squirted mustard into his head. But I might be wrong who the guy they squirted on, but that show was so funny. They used to take boxes.
She's not.
They used to take a box, okay? And they would put all kinds of gay pornography in it. And then they would put free kittens and stick it out in the street, and they'd sit in the window. This is 2005.
Yeah, when we could actually be funny.
And they were sitting in the window, and they'd be like, and they have an intern sitting out there with a microphone, hiding around the corner. And this lady would be like, oh my God, there's hungry kittens in here. And then she'd open it up, and they'd be like, ah! And then they'd open it up, and it'd just be wieners. And they'd scream out the window.
Is rocking.
And they would just scream out the window. That show was one of the funniest things.
Your face.
That show was so funny back in the day.
All right, stop.